AI in 5 for Friday, June 5, 2026. This podcast, we're going to look at 5 short stories curated by me, Tom Fox, about AI, compliance, risk management, and the greater business world. We'll give you a short 5-minute daily set of stories that you can use to think about how you can use AI in your compliance program going forward. This is one of the most interesting innovations that I have come across in all of my time in compliance. I've written a book, Upping Your Game, about the use of AI and how it will transform compliance, literally starting now and certainly by 2030. The Tech Review, Not Political Review edition. Our lead story today comes to us from CSO Online, which reports that OpenAI has responded to the White House executive order on AI governance. And the company said it's willing to have its frontier AI models evaluated by federal experts before release, but it wants AI developers, not regulators, to have the final word on which models are deployed. But there's a problem. If the government's involved, it's always going to be a political decision, particularly under this administration. And it's going to hamstring development of AI in the United States. So good luck. Next up, GEICO has gotten into trouble for having AI-assisted underwriting and automated decision-making in its insurance practice. And what happened was the AI tool wrongly canceled policies without notice to the policyholders. Oops. And the Pennsylvania Attorney General found that policies were canceled without notice, leaving the consumer unknowingly uninsured and vulnerable to penalties and financial risk. The PAAG characterized the issue as not merely the result of GEICO's use of AI, but its unfair, confusing insurance practices, particularly in how the AI-enabled tools interacted with customer communication and decision-making. He expressed concern about the fairness and clarity of procedures, especially for vulnerable customers. So, GEICO spanked. Next up from the National Law Review, an article entitled From Privacy Compliance to AI Governance, Why the Source of Data Training Data is Becoming a Central Legal Risk. For many years, internet companies focused mainly on consumer-facing disclosures. The growing integration of generative AI into everyday digital services has disrupted this model, shifting legal attention away from disclosure and towards how the data is collected, scraped, licensed, retained, and used to build and train AI systems. Recent litigation involving AI systems demonstrates growing legal scrutiny of how AI training data is sourced, processed, and deployed. Next up from KPMG, a very interesting article entitled CCO Insight, Managing AI Regulatory Complexity and AI-Enabled Compliance. So KPMG has conducted across industries discussion focused on the role of compliance in managing the complexity of AI and AI-enabled training environment. Some of the common themes from the discussion included areas around the regulatory landscape and risk management by establishing and communicating firm-wide restrictions on AI use and appropriate use cases. Workforce planning by redefining compliance workforce, identifying skill sets, and upskilling current employees to shift from doing work to reviewing, and critical thinking becoming an even more important skill going forward. Next up, from FinTech Global, an article entitled Why Fragmented Fin Crime Tools Are Failing Smaller Banks. Financial crimes compliance is undergoing a period of rapid and significant transformation as financial institutions contend with evolving regulatory expectations, increasingly sophisticated criminal activity, and growing volumes of customer and data. Firms are under pressure to modernize compliance frameworks and improve operational efficiency. How can they do that? And the risk at smaller banks for not doing this going forward is the subject of this article, and it really points to the not ubiquitousness, but a floor setting of AI around financial crimes compliance going forward. Thank you for listening to AI Today in 5 this week. We are in the top 100 shows in over 35 countries. We'll be back with you on Monday. have two new podcasts for you if you want to continue your exploration of AI in banking, and AI in healthcare. It's 5 curated stories for each week. They're released each Friday. So if you want to continue your journey of AI top stories, check out both of these podcasts on the Compliance Podcast Network. Once again, they're released every Friday, and I know you will find them useful as we continue our journey through AI together.